Recording in progress.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Greetings to each and everyone. We welcome you to today's webinar. This is Deep Dive, Globally Changing Lives. And today is Tuesday, September 17th, 2024. We are so honored and blessed to be starting this webinar today with a lovely signature tune that is called In It to Win It by one of our sisters, Lerato Shadare. Let's pay attention to the special effects, which is a non-verbal communication of the music, and the lyrics are quite captivating as well. And Dr. Derek is going to play that song for us. And thank you very much, Dr. Derek.
Your next stop is ONPASSIVE.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
You just all see that 570 plus deep dive webinars. That's outstanding. A lot of them, hundreds. Gee, and it already passed 500. And some of the images that I noticed, I'm sure you did see them too, were gifts and employee awards to acknowledge their hard work over the years. Thank you. So we're moving forward to the one important thing that this and several other webinars, our sister webinars, really insist on having. It is the mindset. And we have a special person who is going to talk to us about that today. Our CEO has promised us that wonderful physical aspect of it, which we know will be coming very soon. And we are working on ourselves on the mental, because that's a very, very important thing for us to work on. And Dr. T, that we know very well, who is here with us, is going to talk to us about 6 things that we should practice that will help transform our lives. She is the one person that we know is an international inspirational trainer, and she speaks nationally and internationally. When I say nationally, I mean in the US, internationally, in other forums that are not just US citizens. Dr. T, we appreciate you. She's also a life coach. She's also an empowerment trainer. And she owns her own TV talk show. She hosts it by herself. Can you imagine that? And she has also published 4 wonderful books, which I know Pastor Tony is very good at making sure that anyone who is interested can find the links in the chat during the course of the webinar. If you have any question for her, please just make notes and you can ask for clarification at the end of the presentation. In the interim, I would say, Dr. T, thank you so much for giving us your time on a regular basis. The microphone is yours.
Thank you. Thank you so very much, Queen Debbie, the hostess with the mostest. Thank you. I really do appreciate you. I'm honored, as always, to be a part of this platform because I don't take it for granted that you all think enough of me to allow me to speak, and I'm thankful for that. And I want to go into our message right now. And as Queen Debbie said, and she always says every week, that our CEO, his main thrust is to give us a life, and a life that is more abundant. He's on the same page with our Lord and Savior. And he wants to improve our lives. But like she said, he's going to take care of the physical. He's going to take care of the money aspect of that. That's his promise to us. But we have to make a promise to ourselves. We have to begin to start practicing and attributing things to our lives that are going to help improve our lives, because we are entitled to that, ladies and gentlemen. We are entitled to that. So I just want to take the time this evening to ask you a question. I want you to think about this. How many of you honestly think about improving your life? I mean, how many of you said to yourself, I truly want to live the abundant life? I truly want to walk in my purpose. I truly want to have good relationships, lasting relationships. I truly want to have good health. I truly want to have a sound mind. I truly want to have a relationship with my Creator. How many of you ask yourself that question? And if you don't ask yourself that question, it's not too late to start, because I want to challenge you. Remember, I believe that my life's purpose is to transform lives. I believe that my life's purpose is to challenge each and every one of you. I believe that. I believe that. So I want to start right now by giving you 6 areas that you can work on to improve your life. The first one, and we've done this before, this is not real new to you all have heard this before, but I just want to reiterate so that you can always keep this at the first fourth of your mind. I want you to always keep this right here in the forefront of your mind. The first one, the first area that you need to work on to improve your life is to have a purpose-driven life. Number one, have a purpose-driven life. What does that entail? That entails coming out of your comfort zone. How many times have I said that? Come out of your comfort zone. And it doesn't have to be anything real grand. I'm not saying you have to go out there and get degrees and learn how to fly a plane and, climb Mount Everest. I'm not talking about anything real big and grand. We can start small. Start small. It might be something like, okay, just learn how to be comfortable by just going out to dinner by yourself. Maybe you're the kind of person that you need to have company in order for you to be relaxed and be happy. Sometimes we get a little uncomfortable when we're by ourselves. Maybe your challenge might be, let me do something on my own without someone always having to be there to hold my hand with it. That might be something you need to come out of your comfort zone. Maybe you need to come out of your comfort zone in terms of, having buying power. Maybe you're the kind of person that you don't feel comfortable making big purchases. You feel like maybe I'm making a poor choice. So maybe your comfort zone may be hey, let me work on learning how to research and learn how to make large purchases without me feeling intimidated, without me feeling like I'm making a poor choice. That's a real fear, because we should be taking care of our money and being good stewards. But if that's an area that you don't feel comfortable stepping out in, that's an area that you need to work on. Maybe your area might be making new friends. You might be the kind of person you're an introvert. You don't really do well with a crowd. You feel uncomfortable. Maybe you need to challenge yourself and go somewhere where there are a lot of people that you do not know and learn how to be friendly. Learn how to exert yourself and introduce yourself and let people know what a wonderful person that they have in their midst. So that's very important. Come out of your comfort zone. The other one is carefully select your inner circle. We're still on number one. We're still on having a purpose-driven life. You want to be able to carefully select your inner circle. You are who you hang out with. Did you know that? You are who you hang out with. If you hang around with pigeons and chickens, that's who you're going to act like. But let me give you a revelation, everybody. You all are eagles. You're eagles. God called you to soar and to do great things. So you want to surround yourself around people who are soaring and doing great things. And I'm not talking about getting rid of people or throwing people away, because we're supposed to love everyone. But everybody is not part of the plan. So you have to be very selective of who is in your inner circle. The next thing you want to work on, we're still part of having a purpose-driven life. We're still number one. Guard yourself from toxic situations and relationships. Get rid of the toxic situations in your life. Remember, we always talked about choices. What are your choices? What do you want to do? Is your life full of chaos? Is your life always full of drama that I covered this last week about the things that you do to underachieve? Don't continue to be an underachiever by being around toxic situations and toxic people. You control that. You control that. And then the last part of having a purpose-driven life is to execute wealth-building strategies. Execute wealth-building strategies. Something as simple as not always spending on frivolous things. You can start right there. I'm not even talking about making investments right now. I'm talking about just practicing being a good steward over your money. Sometimes buying things on sale. Maybe you're the kind of person who likes to buy retail. Okay? That's fine and dandy. Maybe you're the kind of person that you want to get it when it comes out, and they may not have your size. Especially, I know how women are. We want to make sure we get our size, so we may get it when it's right there. But, be patient. You can go online and shop. You can go to a thrift store. There's all kinds of different areas that you can learn to shop wisely. So you might want to start there. Another thing you might want to start, you might just start opening up a basic savings account. I don't really advise that, but if that's your comfort level right now, open up a savings account and just make sure that you're putting money in there every single week. Pay yourself first. Always remember, some people like to tithe and give to God, and that's something you should do. I do that, but they don't pay themselves. They don't pay themselves. That's a wealth building strategy. Pay God and then put something aside for you, whether it's a basic savings, whether it's a mutual fund, whether it's a money market fund, whatever it may be, but put something aside where you can see the money grow for you. So number one, have a purpose-driven life. Number two, see yourself as the hero in your story. See yourself as the hero in your story. So often we find ourselves feeling like the victim. Or maybe sometimes we might even play the part of the villain. We're the bad guy. Because maybe we're so angry and we're hurt. We feel so indifferent. We feel rejected. We're depressed. We feel oppressed. So we become our own worst enemy. We're the villain. Now it's time to rewrite your own story. This is your book. This is your story. You are the one who controls the words on your page for your story. So find yourself being the hero. Don't let somebody else be the hero of the story. You become the hero. Put on your Superman or Superwoman cap and be the one that saves the day in your own life. Oftentimes you find yourself not being in that position because you allow yourself to think negatively and you can't see the forest for the trees. You see the glass as being half empty instead of being half full. So how do you perceive your life? And you'll be surprised how many people, I don't care, it's not about your financial status. It's not about how famous you think you might be or how important you are status-wise. When you go, at the end of the day, when you look in the mirror, you see someone you don't like oftentimes. But it's time for you to do a paradigm shift. It's time for you to switch off that negativity and look in the mirror and see a person that was fearfully and wonderfully made by your creator. Because when he made you, he took very big stakes to make sure that you are the person that he's ordained for you to be. He did not say, oops, did I do that? He knew exactly what he was doing when you were being formed in your mother's womb. Begin to ask God, how do you see me, Lord? There's so many words in the Bible that describe who you are. You are more than a conqueror. You're an overcomer. You have authority. Life and death is in the power of your tongue. Begin to speak those things. Okay? Begin to speak those things. You're a winner. You're the head and you're not the tail. You're above and you're not beneath. Greater is he that's in me than he that is in this world. Those are things you need to be thinking about. Who are you? Be the hero in your own story. You control the pen. What is the paragraph going to look like? What is each chapter of your life going to look like? Are you going to be the victim or are you going to be the hero? Choose to be the hero. However you write your story, that's going to control the outcome of your life. And when you say the end, it should always be that you, the hero, you won. You win. That's what it should look like. When you say the end, it should be you win. So again, number 2, see yourself as the hero in your story. Number 3, build a team of allies. Build a team of allies. This is so important. I always tell people, and I'm not going to apologize for being a little spiritual tonight because that's how I'm feeling. But even Jesus Christ had 12. Okay, he was God all by himself. He could have easily just walked this walk by himself and healed people and delivered people and gave the word and called it a day. But he didn't do that. He incorporated other people into his life. And that's what we're supposed to do. If we're going to win, if we're going to write our story, if we're going to come out of our comfort zone and live the purpose-driven life, we have to surround ourselves by people who are also purpose-driven. We're going to make sure that we build an ally team, the dream team that you want to call it. Call it the dream team, your dream team. But make sure that you're strategically selecting people that can help you with your goals. Let me say that one again, because that's so important. Make sure you strategically select people who can help you with your goals. All right? And then you want to network. Every time you get an opportunity, right now, we're networking. Every time you come on Dream Team, every time you come on Deep Dive or all the other platforms that you're a part of, you're networking. How many people have you met so far that have different skill sets that you don't have, that you can glean from? That's building a network, even outside of this webinar, in person. See if you can go attend activities where there are people there of like mind, but you may not know them. But get to know them. Begin to network. You'll be surprised who God wants to help you with your strategy to bring into your life so that you can go to the next level in your life. So network. And another thing, this is so important. This is all part of building your dream team or building your team of allies. Don't be afraid to let people go who are not part of the bigger plan. And I know that could be a little frightening. Sometimes you build relationships with people and you really like them and you can see their potential, but they're just not going in your direction. In fact, they're more of a hindrance than they are a blessing. They're not an asset, they're a hindrance, they're a liability. So you want to get rid of those kind of people. You have to just let them go. Hey, your heart, you'll be able to take it. I know your heart might hurt a little bit, but in the long run, you're going to be just fine. You're going to be just fine. I know that for a fact because I know I experience it all the time. I meet people because of the field that I'm in, what God has called me to do, and I'm meeting people all the time, and I'm thinking that they're going to be part of my team. They're going to help me go where God wants me to go. I help them go where God wants them to go, and it just does not work out. And it's very painful, especially when you're trying to build a relationship, and that person just does not have an appreciation for you as you have for them. Let me say that again. You got to let those kind of people go because they don't have the same appreciation for you as you have for them. I remember years ago, it hurt my heart so much. I'm being transparent. There was a young lady many years ago. I was a very young woman at the time, and I was trying to build a relationship with this young lady. And I really thought that she liked me. We got along. We did things together. And one day she just came out and told me, she said, "I'm not into you the way you're into me. I'm not talking about anything sexual. I'm heterosexual, nothing like that." But she let me know, hey, you're trying to build a relationship with me, but I'm not trying to go there with you. I'm not trying to be friends like that. That crushed me. But it also taught me something. Everybody is not assigned to God's plan for your life. And when you find that out, keep it stepping. Wipe the dust from your feet and keep going. Let God heal your heart and you'll be all right. Because again, it's not about wasting time on it. We don't have all day. Life is short. Life is short. And we don't have time to be wasting time on the wrong person or people that are not assigned to God's purpose for our life. And the last thing I want to just share with you, and you can do this if you want to, hire a success coach. We all should have some type of coaching. If it's not somebody that you hire professionally, have someone in your life that you're going to be held accountable to, somebody that's going to hold you accountable. That might be a best friend. That might be a pastor. That might be somebody at your church that you just you're in a circle, wherever it may be. But have somebody that's going to hold you accountable. Have someone that can coach you through different steps of your life, because sometimes you don't always have all the answers. Remember, there's safety in a multitude of counsel. So make sure that you're having someone coach you along, because when coach, they make you see things differently. You may look at something negatively, and they'll let you see, look, in this situation, you have this option, and that option. That's why it's so important that you can find someone that you can trust. Someone that is transparent and someone that's authentic. Those are the kind of people you want to be around. So if you can, hire or find someone that can coach you while you're on this life's journey. So number 3, build a team of allies. Number 4, incorporate fun in your life. Let me repeat that. Incorporate fun in your life. Yes, I said that. We as adults, I don't know about you, but we have so many people, and you might be one of those people who are guilty of that. You're too busy to be having fun. You're busy. You're doing good if you can take a walk. I challenge you to put in your schedule something fun to do, something that has absolutely nothing to do with your purpose, nothing to do with your job, nothing to do with anything you're trying to do. Just a day where you can just relax, let your hair down, and do something totally different. Totally different, but it's fun for you. And there's another part of coming out of your comfort zone, just having some fun. What does that look like? Maybe you want to travel. When I say travel, I don't mean traveling with your family because it may be a family trip that you just have something to do because you're going to visit a relative you haven't seen in a while. I'm not talking about going on a business trip where you're going to be busy all the time and you may take time out of your schedule to go and see the scenery. I don't mean that. I mean something that has totally nothing to do with any of those things. You're traveling. Getting on the plane, you may travel internationally. You might go to somewhere in your state or right here in the United States. There's so many beautiful things right here in the United States, places that you can go see. And you can let your hair down and just relax and just chill out. Nothing to do with work. No family. Maybe a friend, or maybe your husband if you're married, a spouse, a wife. But make sure that when you do this activity that you're not thinking about anything but that individual and what you're looking at when you travel. And have fun doing it. Try adventurous activities. Run a marathon, bungee jump, go to an amusement park. Yeah, I said that. Go to the amusement park. Get on the roller coaster. That would be fun. That's what I'm saying. Just do something out of the norm for yourself. Have fun. Go to a retreat. I know that ladies like to do that. Go to a retreat. It could be a spiritual retreat where you're meeting new people. It could be a health retreat, or it might just be a plain old getaway. Do something like that. Sightsee. Go, get in your car and just go somewhere that you haven't been and just drive. I remember when I was younger, I used to go to the suburbs, these big, beautiful homes where movie stars, different entertainers live, and I would just drive through and say, one day I'm going to have a house like that. Do something different like that. That was fun. And sometimes you might just see a celebrity, something like that. But my whole point is that do something out of the ordinary. Something does not put any other demands on you, but just doing it. That's the only demand it puts on you, just that you do it and you enjoy doing it. So when you go home and you reflect on your day, you can say, not only did I accomplish my goals, but I also incorporated fun. Incorporate fun. Stop being a workaholic. It's okay to do something outside of your schedule. I promise you, you will not be held accountable for that. In fact, you might get some brownie points for that. Okay? It's going to give you more clarity. Your mind is going to be clear. You're going to feel you're going to feel rejuvenated in your mind and your heart. Your body's going to feel rejuvenated when you have fun. When you have fun. So number 4, incorporate fun into your life. Number 5, get rid of the clutter. When you get rid of the clutter, it makes your life a lot better. Get rid of the clutter. Get rid of the clutter. I remember I was talking to Old Passion this past Saturday, and I was talking to them about, different areas. Like I was talking about Queen Benny. She wasn't there, but I would make reference to her always talking about cybersecurity, and I gave them some practical ways to protect their identity. And one of the things I talked about was shredding all those old papers and things like that. So I said, well, you know what? I need to put that into practice right now. Do you know I went into my room where I have old papers, and I had papers and I had bills and stuff that I collected all the way back to 2021. Yes, I said it. 2021. Shame on you, Dr. T. You're right. And I was shredding and shredding. Do you know I have 4 or 5 big bags of papers that I shredded that was in my corner just sitting there? It was time to get rid of the clutter. I was so overwhelmed. Oh my God. I called Tony and said, Tony, I got 4 bags of papers that I just shredded, going all the way back to 2021. Unclutter your laundry room, ladies. When you clothes, it might be just piling up you haven't washed yet. Okay? Make up your bed. You'll be surprised. People have clothes all over their bed. Yes, that's true. People have clothes all over their bed. They don't make their beds up. It's all clutter. And when your life is cluttered like that, you can't think. You feel stagnated. I don't know about you, but I do. If you're honest with yourself and you have a cluttered area of things in your life are cluttered, then you feel stagnated. You can't move forward, not just in the physical, but what about your spiritual life being cluttered? What about you cleaning your body, detoxifying your body, being cluttered? Every area of your life, you need to start getting rid of the clutter so that you can start thriving and you can start living. Because when you have clutter in your life, all you're going to do is just defeat the purpose of living. You're not living. You're alive, but you're not living. You might as well be plugged into a machine that's breathing for you. And that's how it is when you have your life full of clutter. Start with your physical house. Look at the areas in your home that you know there's clutter, and when you look at it, it just makes you depressed. You feel overwhelmed. Start there. Then start on start with your physical body. Start like Dr. Derek and Dr. Queen J.W. always talks about your health. Start cleansing your body, drinking more water, teas, detox teas, wherever it may be. Declutter your system. Do something, with the people in your life. Get rid of all those toxic relationships. That's all part of decluttering. If you truly want to have an improved life, you're going to have to start decluttering your life in every area of your life. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you truly want to have a purpose-driven life, if you truly want to experience God's best, then you have to start getting rid of the clutter. There's no room for clutter. All clutter does is stagnate you. All it does is overwhelm you and hinders you from being the best version of yourself. And that needs to stop. So number 5, get rid of the clutter in your life and start living a better life. And the last but not least, begin to walk by faith and not by sight. Begin to walk by faith and not by sight. And that's found in 2 Corinthians 5, verse 7. What does that mean? So, Dr. T, what does that mean? To walk by faith and not by sight. I'm pretty sure if Dr. Derek was speaking, he'd break it down for you. But I'm going to break it down as best that I can. Okay? Walking by faith and not by sight, what does that mean? Okay, that means, number 1, if you want to improve your life, stop being anxious. Stop worrying. Stop worrying. In Philippians chapter 4, verses 6 and 7, it says, do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving. Whoa! With thanksgiving. Okay, now, so not only are you praying, not only are you taking your request to God, and you leave it at his throne and say, look, God, I can't do this. You said in your word that you'll perfect those things that concern me. You said in your word that you'll cast every care upon you. You said in your word that you'll never leave me or forsake you. Is the word true or is it not? And then he says, I want you to be thankful. While you bring it to me, begin to thank me and know that I'm going to do what I promised you I'm going to do. Be thankful. It says, let every request be made known to God. Made known to God. Not Dr. T. Don't tell Dr. T. I can't do anything about it. Not Queen Debbie, not Queen Benny, Dr. Benny. No, don't tell them. Tell God. He's the only one that can change your situation. And while you taking your petition to him, begin to thank him. Thank him. It's just like when you go to a parent, a natural parent. Don't you do that when you're a parent, you ask a parent to do something for you, and you say, oh, thank you, Mom, for doing that. Thank you, Dad, for doing that. Before they even do it. Before they even do it, what do you say? Thank you, Mom. Because I know you got that. I know you got that. I had a father. My father is deceased now. But when he was living, he was the kind of dad that when you asked him to do something, if he told you yes, don't ask him again. That's the kind of father he was. Don't ask me again. If he told you no, don't ask him again. Do not ask him again. He meant no. If he meant yes, he meant yes. I remember there was one time when I asked him for a leather coat. And he said, I'm going to get that for you. He said, oh, okay. And so much time went by. When you're young or teenager, you want it to happen right now. Oh, Dad, when am I going to get my leather coat? I'm going to get my leather coat. He looked at me like I was crazy. He said, don't ask me again. And I may have been like a couple of weeks or maybe a month or so went by. I came home from school one day and there was my beautiful leather coat on my bed. And not only that, but many other things I ask my Father for. Your Heavenly Father is the same way. He's the same way. So when you go to him and you petition him, believe that you receive it. If a natural father, like my father, could be forthright and have integrity and do what he says he's going to do, what more than your Heavenly Father? What more than your Heavenly Father? And it goes on to say, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your heart and your mind in Christ Jesus. That's something to be shouting about. He guarantees you peace. He lets you know that I'm there for you. So don't worry. Stop worrying. Again, walk by faith and not by sight. In the other areas, stop trying to predict the outcome of something. Isn't that, we as human beings, we look at a situation and we sit here and we waste a lot of time trying to figure out how is this thing going to end up. I know I'm guilty of that. I'm being transparent. I'm being very transparent. We get into a situation and you sit there and you stress yourself all out. Oh my God, is it going to end up like this? What's going to happen? Wait a minute. I thought you just said walk by faith and not by sight, Tunishai. But so does that mean? Don't be sitting here trying to predict and see how things are going to turn out. You already gave it to the master. Let it go. Because he knows the end of the thing. He knows how it's going to turn out, and he knows what's best for you. He knows what's best for you, okay? Trust God is ordering your footsteps. That's the other area. How do you walk by faith and not by sight? By trusting that God is ordering your steps. He already has your map. Your map already, it's already mapped out for you, your pathway. Even if it's a detour that comes up, he knows how to maneuver around the detour because he created the detour. He's not caught off guard. And then learn to pray to the outcome and not the problem. Learn to pray the outcome. In other words, begin to call those things that be not as though they were. How is it going to end? Begin to speak that into existence. I am a winner. I'm an overcomer. All things are possible for me because I believe. And again, you're walking by faith. Faith in him, not faith in you. You're walking in faith with him and not by what you see. Because what you see can be deception. Remember? What you see can be deception. But when you walk by faith, that never deceives. That never deceives. So when you begin to do that, when you begin to walk by faith and not by sight, you will improve your life, ladies and gentlemen. So let me do a recap. Again, practicing these 6 things to improve your life. Number 1, have a purpose-driven life. Have a purpose-driven life. Number 2, see yourself as the hero in your story. It's your story. Be the hero. Save the day. Start with you. Number 3, build a team of allies, your dream team. Build a team of allies, your dream team. Number 4, incorporate fun in your life. Number 5, get rid of the clutter and make your life better. And last but not least, walk by faith and not by sight. When you begin to exercise in these 6 areas, I promise you, you will begin to improve your life and begin to walk in those things that God has ordained you to walk in. My name is Dr. T, and thank you so much for allowing me to share. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Dr. T. Thank you. Whew. That was, I was taking notes and I, towards the end, I said, do I really need to? I think this is the best, I would say the creme de la creme, the best of the best, because you have several of them. And this one, I'm going to find a special spot for it because everything just touches me to the core. And I'm sure it's the same with everyone who listened. If you felt the way I felt, it's the right time for you to comment on Dr. T's presentation because everything there is just so deep to the core. The purpose and staying away from toxic and building the networks. We take things for granted. We do not network on a constant basis. We network with the wrong people. We network with the wrong groups. Can you imagine networking on a regular basis with the right people who make you smile? Because it takes less to smile than it is to frown. Anyway, it's just what you're saying is what we all go through. And the clutter thing, I'm just looking around where I am. We all are guilty of it. And we have things that do not even have any meaning. We just collect and keep. You look at it every day. Do we really need it? No. No. I had a flashback just growing up as a kid with two dresses. One was the right size and the other one was borrowed from my sister because she could not fit, no longer fit into it. And I was happy with that. Everywhere I went, depending on what it was, I wore one or the other. And I was totally happy. Man, right now, what a reverse. I know everyone who probably grew up like me is smiling the same way. Because you bring something home, you cannot wear the same thing because of the change in the weather. You don't know what to expect. Winter or summer, spring, every season has its. Yes, Dr. Derek, we hear you, and you sound loud and clear. And you check on number 2 of Dr. T's presentation. Oh, you're checking the sound, Dr. Derek? Okay. Thank you. All right. Queen Coleman, over to you, Pastor Tony. Then I'll go to Dr. Benny before we continue.
Wonderful presentation. Very inspiring, thought transforming, heart transforming. And I know there's a lot in here. I'll give this testimony when we first met, when Dr. T and I first met, and I used to help her walk her dogs, and I think I shared that before. And we were talking, and the question of purpose came up, and I think she asked me, so what do you think your purpose is? And I never thought about it. And she explained to me how important it is to have a purpose, because up to that point, I was just attending church and going to work and just doing, just living life and surviving. And as she was presenting, her message, it brought a lot of things back to me. And being the hero of your own story, and not being a victim, and building up your team of allies. And I could see all of that because Dr. T and I have our allies, and we're our own, and then there are others. And so I thank God for the information that came forth. And I'm always telling her that God uses her to draw people out, and I thank God for her. And thank you for this wonderful message, as always.
Thank you to Queen Tony. Very much appreciated. I'm so glad you found each other and you're still together, right? You were brought together for a purpose, and you actually are complementing each other. That's awesome. Thank you. Over to you, Dr. Benny.
And I hope someday I will have a friend too, like Dr. T, that I'll stay with her till the end of my life. Good evening. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to my brothers and sisters, my queens and kings around the globe. How are you guys doing? Are you guys happy? Are you excited that you have your own business? ONPASSIVE is your business, it's your company. If you're excited, keep it and work harder. Become a hero, as Dr. T said. I want to take this special moment to thank God for bringing each and everyone this evening, this morning, this afternoon. It all depends upon your location. There is no one else than Him. He created you and I in His image. I want to thank Him also for sending an extraordinary person to you and I, Mr. Ash Mofare. Happy birthday again to him. We will continue to celebrate your birthday, Mr. Ash, every blessed day because we love you. Thank you, Mr. Ash Mofare. We love you. We pray that you should, that the Lord will guide and protect you wherever you go. Anything that you want with your determination and your faith, Mr. Ash Mofare, you will get it. But I just need God to protect you, your family, mommy, daddy, wife, children, nieces, auntie, whoever they are, and your dream team. We pray for them, our tech brothers and sisters in Hyderabad, in Dubai, or wherever their location is. Thank you so much. So at this moment, I want to thank Dr. T for this astonishing mindset. Dr. T, you make us to understand that we should see ourselves as a hero. We should see ourselves as a hero. Yes, Dr. T, I love everything that you have said. But this one, being a hero, is important, really. And you said that you should strategically network. You want to network with people who are more than you, I think, who knows a lot more than you, so that you can learn from them, than to be with people who are lower than you and you don't learn anything from them. I mean, that's the way I see it. Am I right, Dr. T? Thank you. Thank you so much. Again, get rid of those who hindrance your life. Oh, yes, I will, Dr. T. I will do that. Because there are a lot of people that, you see how they smile, Dr. T, watch. Seriously? You think that they care about you? They love you? But they pretend they want your downfalls. Dr. T, I have learned from my mistakes. I have learned to see those who smile at me, but they go behind my back and they say things. Look, I am going to be a hero to myself, and I hope that my children will see me for who I am, that I don't take no for an answer. I am determined to work harder to take care of myself. I stand with Mr. Ash Mofara. Thank you, Dr. T. I love you with all my heart, mind, and soul. Thank you, Dr. Queen Debbie, for giving me the opportunity. I love you too.
We love you, Dr. Benny. We love you. As Dr. Seuss will say, from head to toe. That's our other sister, Dr. Doris, from, I think she's now in Atlanta, also giving you a big heart. Yeah. Thank you. Anyone else has any comment or observation or question for Dr. T. Okay. Dr. Derek, anything from you? If not, we'll move forward. All right. We know that
I'm still echoing.
every Tuesday here we have
Are you hearing me?
safety education.
Yeah.
And not just safety. Safety education about how to stay protected, especially when it comes to cybersecurity. And today, that will be done by none other than Dr. Benny, our cybersecurity specialist, who has dedicated almost a year this September in educating us not just on this deep dive forum, but all the other sister forums. We appreciate her very much. She has a PhD in information technology and is certified in 9 other areas. And certification in anything that has to do with IT is not easy. And she does that. And she shares her knowledge with us for free because of the love of humanity that ONPASSIVE is preaching to us. Let us see what Dr. Benny has to share with us about staying protected, because every week she comes with a new germ, and today I'm sure she's going to wow us with another aspect of staying protected. Queen Smiley, keep smiling as you share for us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Queen Debbie. Thank you, King Carlton. I know that you love deep dive. We love you too, King Carlton. We do. Thank you, Dr. Derek, for this opportunity. Thank you, Dr. T. Queen Antoinette. I want to thank each and everyone. Last week, we talked about insider threat. And this week, we will continue with the statistics of insider threat. It occurs every day. People, we don't really know. A lot of people think that there is no need for us to talk about cybersecurity. That's what people think, but that's not what I think. According to Cybersecurity Insider reports, 74% of the companies are at least moderately vulnerable to insider threats. They are. Now, it also reveals that average cost of insider threat incidents, the average cost in 2023 now, I'm coming to the one for 2024, but in 2023, it was 15.38 million. That's the incidents that occur, and then the companies, they have to repair, transfer. Insider threat can be, again, particularly harmful to organizations, because insider threat already or have access to what? Sensitive information. Those insider threats, because you hire them and you trust them, but you did not know that they were bad people, disgruntled, unhappy people within your organization. You did not know. Because insider threat already have that access into your sensitive system. This means that they do not need to bypass any security controls to cause harm, making them a more challenging threat to dictate and prevent. Moreover, insider threat can cause significant damages to organization reputation, financial stability, and legal standing. For example, insider threat, who steal like the intellectual sensitive customer information can really damage the organization's reputation, the credibilities. An insider threat who disrupt the network operation can cause significant financial losses and impact on organizational ability, which also provide what services. So just give me some time. I am gonna share my screen. Insider threat they are significant and they are growing risk, right, to organization of all sizes. All sizes. It can be a small business, bigger businesses. It happens. So giving a potential impact on the insider threat within organization, there are certain things that they have to take steps to follow in order to mitigate the risk. So just give me a minute. I am going to share to you my screen about the insider threat of 2024. I believe you guys know why I am presenting the insider threat, right? You know what occurred? It has been happening not only within this company, but other companies all over the globe. As you can see, I thought I did. Okay, perfect. I did it right?
Yeah, you got it.
Oh my. All right. Okay. So over the recent years, we have witnessed a steady increase in cyber incidents. Often, most companies overlook the impact that insider threat could have on their profitability, with cyber criminals and other ill-driven individuals developing new ways to further their agendas. There has been a rise in cyber attack globally. Just really believe it. You know why? Because it is happening. Right. As you all know, I'm not going to read all this. You have the 10 top insider threat statistics. What is negligent? You have one says around 82% of organization finds assessing an actual damage of insider attacks to be challenging. 70% of organizations express concern about avoidability data breach. An insider threat is a security threat or threat that occurs from within companies. This can be employees, as you know, employees within this company, within any company all over the globe, business partners or contractors with insider knowledge about the organization, about the organizational data, the security practice, and the computer system. Now, the threat can be purposefully or unplanned and stands a significant risk to organization intellectual property, sensitive data, and overall security. Let us glance the main category of threat. As you all know, we do have a lot, but I know that you guys don't have that time to listen. I'm just going to give you a few. We have malicious insider, we have careless insider, and we have a mole. So when it comes to malicious insider, these individuals often call turn clock exploit their credentials with what intentions. They are mainly motivated by gain or personal incentive. For example, this can be individuals who hold grudges. Did you hear that? Grudges against employers or opportunist employees to sell information to competitors. That's what a lot of people do. Malicious insiders have upper hands because they know about the company. They know about the company's security. They know about the company policies and procedures, as well as vulnerabilities. Now, when it comes to careless insider, this category consists of what? Unknowingly, individuals who unintentionally expose the system to threat. It is often a result of mistakes, such as leaving a device unprotected or falling a victim to scams. For instance, an employee with no intent might unknowingly click on an insecure link. Remember, insecure link introducing what? Malware into the system. Now remove. Although technically insider threats, this individual might, what they do, they might infiltrate a network within that organization. By what? Posing as insiders. This can be such that it will impersonate employees or partners. Why? In order to gain access. Right. Let's proceed with the statistics. When it comes to the businesses in the United States, 2,210 security breaches daily. Can you believe 2,200 daily? Did you hear that? Globally, 34% of businesses deals with insider threat annually. 66% of organization priorities of insider threat overall, with an external ones. In 2022, the cost per insider threat was 15.38 million. Did you hear that? Trusted businesses partners account for 15 to 25% of insider threat. 53% find insider attack detection challenges in cloud. So at this time, we want to detect and prevent insider threat. As we all know, when you dictate, it really takes time to dictate. And it takes time again to fix. The consequences of insider threat attacks become more severe the longer it remains uncontained. Some incidents may even take months or years before they are detected. This is because, and you guys know, right? It happens within this company. It took us some time for us to know what is going on. So this is because cyber criminals know exactly what data they are looking for and the solution that might be implemented to protect that data. Now the process becomes even more complicated if it is an unintended insider. Now the victim must track all companies' employees' action to know the root cause of the problem. On average, it takes 85 days to detect and manage an insider threat. However, only 12% of the threat are contained in less than 31 days. The rest usually takes time. For instance, 34% of the insider threat takes more than 91 days to be contained. Further, 29% takes 62 to 91 days, while 25% and it takes 31 to 61 days for it to be addressed. But it took a long time for us to know what is really going on within this particular organization. People might not know. Now, the insider threats by a whopping 44% over the past 2 years. Now, according to a 2022, so we're talking about 2022, 2020, 2018, things happened before, right? The report by Ponemon Institute between 2020 and 2022, insider threat shot up by 44%. So what's fueling this surge? Well, it's a mixture of things. Now, the boom to cloud computing, the explosion of mobile devices used, the worldwide takeover of social media platform. You guys know what is really going on with our social media platform today. A lot of things are happening. Well, let me not say that much, but we'll come to that. Now, it takes, and it's like a perfect storm for insider attack. So organizations need to start what? Paying what? Extra close attention to these factors to spot and fend off insider threat effectively. We talked about the negligence, right? Negligence contribute to over 2/3. See, 2/3 of insider threat incidents. So why insider threat can emanate from ill-driven employees and contractors, the data indicates that a majority stem from a simple negligence. Often individuals most recognize the need to enhance security measures before sending links from their Dropbox account or Google Docs. This document become an index by search engine, making them easily accessible to cyber criminals. To mitigate this risk, what should we do as employees? We have to understand the importance of encrypting the links they share or adding a layer of security through what? Your what? Username and password. You guys do understand how I have been talking about the username and password since last year. Those who have been listening, I believe you know what to do. All right. Now, a global rise in cyber attacks by 38% from 2021 to 2022, it has exposed organizations astonishingly only 1 in 10 think their existing cybersecurity measures adequately cater to their business needs. This underscores organizations. When I talk about organization, it's not only ONPASSIVE. Every organization, those who hire employees, they need to allocate more resources into what? Cybersecurity. And Debbie, you said that, right? They need to do that, because if they don't, things will happen. The criminals will be there to intrude into that network and steal all your information. Additionally, enhancing the awareness about cybersecurity among employees through what? A drill training. Training is very important. And the standard of operating procedure, it is really crucial, not only to all organizations, financial institutions, right? Education and health, all over. Federal government, state government. So around 82% of organizations find assessing actual damage of insider threat is difficult. Insider attack can have a devastating consequences, including what? The criminal disclosure of sensitive data that emerges to dangerous behavior. Now, as you all know, in security, they have identified various forms of damages that can result in insider threat now, which include what? Corruption, sabotage, right? Capability that they will lose in the workplace, violence, terrorism. Insider threat impact more than 34% of businesses globally. Annually, that's what happens. Now, a significant numbers of businesses experiencing insider attack annually. This rises of internal threat that can attribute to employees' expertise within the company's system and the exclusive access to confidential information, confidential data. But this creates what? An opportunities for data cyber criminals to carry out unauthorized extraction for what? An extraction of the key data. Proof point. Although negligent employees are responsible for a significant portion of insider threat, businessmen are more anxious about cybersecurity factors extending beyond this reach. Now, in 2023, an IBM study revealed, they revealed that the global average cost of data breach escalated to 4.45 million. Regrettable, there seems to be no end as bad actors continually acquire new knowledge and skills for their notorious activities. So where did the information come from? From IBM. You have trusted business partners. There are certain business partners that organization they want to trust, right? To tell the truth, it does contribute 15 to 25% of the insider threat. Now, so the finance and the insurance industry, 38% have witnessed the most insider attack, primarily due to what? The contractor misconduct. The external was the same robust network access privilege in their in-house employee. Guess what? Which has known to be abused. Now, in 2023, a global security threat sought to address this issue by advocating to increase the accountability of the third party. As you all know, you can see where the source, where the information came from, right? I'm trying to give you just important ones. Well, they are all important. Phishing attacks, as we've been talking about phishing attacks. Phishing attacks account for 67% of accidental insider threat. Now, in 2021, a staggering 323,972 phishing incidents were what? They were documented, reaffirming its status as one of the oldest and the most successful employed to infiltrate the network. Phishing is a prevalent social engineering technique and a leading cause of what? Insider threat. These deceptive emails, it is the emails that have, most of it keep telling you guys about emails. Emails, people will send you guys emails and they want you guys to, click into it and just open it, or they will send you an attached copy for you to open. If you do not know this particular link, you don't know the person who sent it to you, do not touch it. Just delete it at once. Employees who inadvertently succumb to phishing attempt to unknowingly transmit critical business data into the malicious individuals via fraudulent website. Yes, As you can see, the source, right, from Forbes. We do not want to stay much, right? Businesses in United States, they are grappling with approximately 2,200 internal security breaches daily. So according to 20% of the IT experts, insider threat poses a significant concern to security infrastructure. Apparently, only 39% of the organizations have set up a worthy cybersecurity team capable of what? Addressing the rise in insider threat. So because they know about it, they decided that they will put money into it, address it, and try to fix it. Right? Usually, the cybersecurity expert and most firms are incapable of assessing the cyber threat and putting in place necessary measures to curb the threat. Right? 91%, 91.5% of the cyber attacks arise from what? Human error. You and I. Human error is the main cause of cyber threat, as reported by IBM in 2019. So the study noted that the 91.5% of the cyber incidents came from a human error. This means that unlike the mainstream belief of cyber attack, must employ what? Sophisticated method to be successful. Now, they are often a result of human mistakes. This statistics solidifies that insider threats are mostly a product of an insider within with the access to critical data. Weak password contribute to more than what 23% of the data incidents in 2022. In 2022, NordPath shows that 23% of all the data leak emanate from the weak password. But according to a report of 52% of its users, they use similar password for multiple accounts. You heard that, right? Similar password for multiple accounts. Similarly, 35% of these users were yet to change their password. As you all know, I have been begging each other, right? So in addition, the report revealed that the top 5 commonly use a password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. People use that, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. Some people will use a password like guess, right? Surprisingly, you have 4,929,113 of its users had password as their password, while 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 was used by, wow, 1,523,537 individuals. Passwords. Right. 94% of viruses are result of infected what? Emails. Can you believe that? Infected emails. So studies shows that 94% of the viruses were delivered via emails. So cyber criminals, they target what? Individuals by sending malicious emails that will infect your devices. You guys notice that, right? Emails is a problem. Verizon's data breach investigation report revealed that 21% of the data leak were executed via phishing. Now, the rise in infected emails was, it has been reflected into an overall data breach figure. For instance, in 2022, that was 10% increase in the data incidents, resulting to the average of 24 million being used per breach. So this source came from Verizon. Insider threat emanating from the third party. There's always a third party. You have the government, industry, you have third party, you also have healthcare institutions. So when it comes to that healthcare, now with an increased rate of attacks and an apparent that some institutions are targeted more than others. Yes, so the report further suggested some approaches to curb the insider threat, such as employee training on cyber threat. Monitoring the employees' activity is very important to any organization by implementing sufficient security infrastructure and what? Doing something, making sure that we just want the employees to know what is going on within an organization. For them to be also, we just want them to be careful as well, right? It is estimated that with an increase in the third-party vendors, the numbers of threats is bound to increase in 2023. Now, some factors contributing this increase, it includes what? The growth of more sophisticated cyber criminals. Don't want to spend that much time. Factors contributing this new insider threat. We talk about cloud insider attack. This attack occurs due to what? Access to companies' cloud services, right? Unlike physical or on-premise attack, cloud-based attacks are often harder to detect and deal with. You guys heard of supply chain attacks. This type of attacks take place within a supply chain process. In other words, attackers, they would target vulnerabilities. And most of the time when I keep talking about vulnerabilities, it's the weakness of what is happening within that company, right? So the vulnerabilities within the supply chain by compromising the supplier or gaining unauthorized access to an organizational data. So when I talk about the organizational data, it's all the employees, our information within this organization, right? So ways to protect against an insider threat. You have identify and safeguard both physical and the digital critical asset. This includes the system, you know, our system, right? Within your company, the technology, the facilities as well, even personnel like you and I. So intellectual property such as customers' data, the proprietary software, internal manufacturing processes, they are part of this category. So what our companies or any company should do is to develop a comprehensive understanding of the critical assets by asking what assets are crucial to our organization, right? So can we prioritize it effectively? Can we? So what is the current status of each asset within an organization? So promote a cultural change. Recognize the security isn't solely about the knowledge. It encompasses the attitude and the belief. So educate your employees on security issues and work to enhance the overall employee satisfaction, to address the negligence and understanding the drivers of malicious behavior. Creating a security conscious culture can significantly reduce the insider threat. So, in conclusion, a scammer may, for example, present somebody with false information. That's what they do during an offer or a deal. So what appears to be quick profit scheme is in fact a trick. The victim of the scam, if a scammer is successful, loses his or her money. Scammers cheat their victims on remarks or mark out their money. A mark is a person that trickster targets. I want to thank each and everyone for listening. As we all know, there are a lot, but I cannot spend time here because people have to go to bed. Thank you so much. Things are happening out there within organization. A lot of statistics. What can we do? We have to go out and identify the problem. See what is going on. Hire more cybersecurity individuals to monitor your company. But companies, or should I say the CEOs or the owners of the company, they just want to be selfish to save money. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. Thank you so much, Queen Debbie, Dr. Derek, for giving me this opportunity. Cybersecurity is very important. We have to take care of our organization when it comes to insider threat. Seriously, the unfortunate thing is that when you hire an employee, Queen Debbie, you don't know who that employee is. The employee can smile with you. From the beginning, that employee will behave very well. You would not know the heart of the inside of that employee. Unfortunately, you trust that employee so much. You give everything to that employee. The employee knows everything about the data, everything about everybody, all of us. But they turn around and just inject nonsense, steal our information, sell it out there for their own purposes. It is not fair, but we all learn from our mistakes. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Benny. You nailed it, my sister. Thank you, Queen Dr. Benny, our cyber specialist. Wow, those statistics are just overwhelmingly high. And I can understand why some companies don't make it through, and why some who think that they're doing well do leave the business world because of internal threat. Thank you. That's a lot of statistics you shared there. Very much appreciate that. iPhone 6, see your hand was up. iPhone 6, can you unmute yourself and tell us who you are? Okay, this is time for questions and discussions on Dr. Benny's presentation. If you have any observation, any question, or just to comment on that awesome presentation, please, this is the right time to go ahead. You can just unmute yourself or let me know when you're ready. Because I know I saw a hand up, but maybe it was in error.
Hello, Dr. Debbie. Dr. Debbie.
Queen Sister Doc Nadu.
I see you just opened the question and answer session.
Yes, please. Welcome.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. My sister smile, Dr. Benny. Yes. You know, most of the time we have to do stuff that we know that are good for the people that we love, even though they don't catch it yet. If we sense it, it's our duty to make it work for them. So, congratulate to continue teaching us, educating us about cybersecurity, even though we are not paying that much attention. I have a question for you. You were talking about human error. That's where we bring the technology to help. And we know that the machines are working better than the human coming to the error. Now, we need to feed those machines or robots. How can we continue doing that if the thing that we created are going and moving faster than us? That's my question. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nadu. Being human, a lot of humans, we are very talented the way God created all of us, right? God created us, and God gave us the knowledge also to develop all this machine. In order to train the machine, is because we are more knowledgeable than the machine. Yes, I do understand that machines are doing the work faster because some of us are lazy. That's the way I look at it. As you also notice that, let me say, the CEOs, if they do understand the importance of what is happening within an organization, they will train more people like you and I for us to be more knowledgeable. It's not everybody that knows about cybersecurity. Not everybody knows what is happening when it comes to the cyber criminals. So if we don't know, we can handle things that are occurring when cyber criminals are trying to trick you and I, especially when it comes to emails, right? So we have to study more. That's the way I look at it. We have to study more. And since sometimes you and I, we are tired, before we get tired, we should train this machine to do the work for us.
Okay, thank you very much. So the machines cannot take over, because if we get blocked somewhere, they cannot move.
No, that is why you have trained employees, that if something happened with the machine, those developers or the designers, they'll be able to fix it. There's somebody that has to be there working with those machines.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Queen Sister Dr. Nadu. I see Dr. Patience in the house. Do you have any input from the presentation, Dr. P, before I move over to Dr. Derek? Okay, she might be busy.
Queen Debbie, iPhone 6 says that she did not mean to raise her hands up.
Okay.
But, she said that she appreciated the lesson learned, and that God blesses each and everyone. God bless you. Bless me anyway with a great knowledge that have been impacted each week. That she's well appreciated.
Oh, awesome. Do we know her name? I don't want to be calling her iPhone 6.
I keep thinking that is Queen Roseanne. I don't know if she's the one.
Queen Judith.
Hey, I don't know if it's Alberta.
Queen Alberta.
Yeah.
See, do you know how to write your name, Queen Alberta? She's a pretty lady.
It's okay. It's all right. I'm doing it for her right now.
Thank you, Queen Rosanna. We appreciate you.
No, Queen Rosanna or Queen Alberta?
No, I'm thanking Queen Rosanna, making us to understand that it's Queen Rosanna for the iPhone 6.
Oh, right. All right. So,
it's Alberta, it's iPhone 6, not Rosanna. Rosanna is my daughter.
Yes, yeah. So I'm saying that Queen Rosanna make us to understand that it is yours. Yes, please. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Benny. If no one else has a comment or question, I'll call on. I'd like to have Dr. Derek close, but I'll call on Queen Dr. T to have a final word before I move to Dr. Benny. Then Dr. Derek will close for us. Dr. T.
I'm right here.
All right.
Can you see me? Let me take my video off. Give me 1 minute, please.
It's okay. Take your time.
Okay, there I am. I changed spots.
It's okay. We
Hey.
still see your beautiful smiley face. That's what matters.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Hey, I really do appreciate you allowing me to do this presentation. You know, being purpose-driven, living your best life now, staying in the game, staying encouraged. This is so important if you're going to fulfill your mandate in life. So I just want to encourage all of you to be determined that you're going to improve your life in every area. Be steadfast. Have faith in God. Know that you have a purpose and know that you will fulfill it. And all things are possible to him that believes. Thank you so much.
Wow. That's so sweetly stated. All things are possible. Yeah, when we believe, everything is possible. And those believe it's something that comes from within. Thank you, Dr. T. All right, Dr. Benny, your final thoughts, and then I'll call on Dr. Derek next.
Thank you so much. Like I stated before, the purpose is insider threat for all organizations to know what is going on, that they should not really put their trust into their employees. They should not. Insider threat has significance and growing risk to any organization of all sizes, right? So insider threat, assessing the organization, that sensitive information and the system, it can cause what? A significant harm, intentionally or unintentional, right? A comprehensive insider threat program that will include what? The policies, the procedures, and the technology to detect and prevent the insider threat. It is very, very critical. So any organization as well as ONPASSIVE should also conduct what? A security awareness training to monitor the employees' activities. Seriously, monitor the security or the employees' activities. What is going on? What they do, what they access within an organization. Organization should do that. So by taking these steps for organization, it can reduce the risk of insider threat and protect their sensitive data, the system, and also protect what? Their reputation. Remember, the best defense against insider threat is proactive and comprehensive approach. What? That will involve what? The level of organizations, from the executive teams to the front line employees. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Dr. Benny. That was just outstanding, exceptionally good. Thank you. Looking forward to the next session. All right, Dr. Derek, please help us close with your beautiful thoughts and thank our YouTube viewers as well. I love the way you do it. It's just very encouraging. Dr. Derek, you in the house?
Every time, every time, every time, every time. You hearing me?
We hear you echoing.
Echoing. Oh, mercy.
Not really echoing, but rough.
Rough. Rough. All right. Let me take off the clutter.
You do not sound clear.
Right. All right. Let me say something. All right. Sound better? Sound any better?
You sound much better now. Brother Carter even has his thumb up.
All right. Wonderful. Listen, from once King Carlton give me thumbs up. I am good. Hold on. Wait, wait, I'm not hearing me over on YouTube. I'm not, I'm not, hold on. Wait, I'm not hearing myself properly on YouTube. So hold on. Hold the boss. Hold the boss. Hold the boss. Not sounding good at the speaker. Hold on. Mercy. Right. Yes, we have too much things to cater for. We have too many things to cater for over on this side. 1, 2, 3. We have a lot of fishes to cater for. We have too much things to cater for. All right, it look like. All right, am I sounding better now on Zoom?
Yep.
All right. Sound like I sound little better on YouTube also. 'Cause we have over 400 people on YouTube, are viewing. So it's not little bit on the beautiful. So it sound little bit over there too now. All right, let me turn that down now. All right. Okay, beautiful. Thank you very much. We have to go through some tech situations in order to get everything squared away. Because we are streaming live on a few platforms. So therefore, we have to make sure that everybody is hearing clearly. And so therefore, we need to make sure that everyone on the webinar and also on the social media is also hearing clearly. Wonderful. Queen Debbie, sounding good? Sound all right?
Yes.
King Carlton? All right, King Carlton, give me the nod. Listen, I just need a nod from King Carlton. Wonderful. And the thumbs up. Wonderful. All right. Thank you very much, King Carlton. Really appreciate, really appreciate, really appreciate. Oh, when we look at the mindset, we really, really, really have to thank Queen Dr. T for that wonderful mindset, because we don't come to grips with it that um, mindset is very powerful. That is the single most powerful thing on the planet. Your mindset. What is your mindset? And when she gave us 6 things to improve our lives, then, oh my goodness, those 6 things really resonate with me. And I thank you very, very much, Queen Dr. T, for that awesome, awesome, awesome mindset. Thank you also, First Lady Queen Dr. Benny. Really, really appreciate that cybersecurity. And when we look at internal security, that's right. Thank you, Dr. T. Appreciate, appreciate, appreciate. Right. And thank you, Queen, First Lady Queen Dr. Benny. Cybersecurity is going to be more and more and more important as we continue this journey in ONPASSIVE. However, not only ONPASSIVE, cybersecurity in general is very important. All right. And even though we deal with, internal, and we went through a lot of internal. So yes, thank you very much for covering that. And But we are going to, well, I know ONPASSIVE is going to be coming out with their our own VPN, and we'll need to get that. So maybe at some point we might have to ask Dr. Benny to maybe look at what is VPN. What role does a VPN? What does VPN even mean? What role does VPN? What is significant with a VPN? And all of those lovely things. Because that's will be one of our products, right? That's actually one of our product, and that will be virtual. I think that's what it named. Virtual, right? So hey, we have it, we have it in our arsenal. So it's not that it's not there, it's there. So just be patient, but as we journey along this wonderful, wonderful road. Anyway, thank you very much, Queen Dr. T, and thank you very much, First Lady Queen Dr. Benny, and of course the host with the most, Queen Debbie. Thank you very much. Really so sweet. Very nice that you didn't go with your husband, although I'm sure leave you. That is not good, and I need to have a talk with him, right? And even though you're not getting paid, you should have go with him so that him could not be lonely, because it's not good for a married man to be lonely. It's not good, not good, not good, not good. I might have to talk a little on marriage, right? So don't be lonely. See, the one time um, Adam was separated from his wife, the chaos that it brought. Oh my goodness. Oh Lord, the whole world plunged into disrepair, right? One time, just one time can be the difference, make a difference. So I'm going to have to give a talk to King Jim. All right. And so we thank you very much, Queen Debbie. Really appreciate your wit, your wisdom, and your strength that you exercise on Deep Dive and Dream Team and other platforms that you hold very dear. However, moving right along, we do thank all of our kings and queens for joining us this week. And even though I noticed that a lot of people not coming on Zoom. You have a lot more people on the social media. Even with Michael Williams aim on Sunday, there was a little bit of people. I think we reach maybe 70. I think 70 something, and we're struggling right there at 70 something. When I remember when Michael Williams come to Dream Team, we're talking about the 800 and 900 and bursting the 1,000 and all of that, and seams are bursting. People not coming out to webinars anymore. Not coming out to webinars anymore. And that's sad. That's really sad. Very sad. And that is why we're going to have to maybe at the end of the year we might have to, I don't know how we're going to do it, whether it's a virtual plaque or we try to somehow send out a physical plaque, to persons, because I tell you, this dedication that the few that are here have is just awesome, 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 awesome. Right? Thank you very much. Appreciate. And it's for the few that we are here every Tuesday and Thursday. Thank you all very much. And we do have other webinars for the rest of the week. Quite possible at some point, quite possible. Our CEO might come on. For the past 2 weeks, he hasn't come on, so quite possible this week. If not, not to worry, because the last time he was absent for a couple of weeks, that was when we got O Connect. So you never know, never can tell. So it is good when he's not on webinars. It is good. For me, I think it's a good sign that things are boiling down to the gravy. So come tomorrow, Wednesday, we have Julie Peer and lifting up humanity. And again, Thursday, we do have Singapore and Malaysia at 9 a.m. and 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 9 p.m. Malaysia time. And of course, yours truly will be speaking this Thursday on Singapore, Malaysia. And then we have Deep Dive in the PM, 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on the 19th, same Thursday. So, and then every day at 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, we do have our one and only Dr. Yvonne and also Queen Yvonne Finn that leads out in that program. Then we have Sunday again, Dream Team, 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And on Monday, we do have Mindset Monday with Queen Miriam and others. And we, we support all of those. So we do hope that you also, every now and again, give a listening ear and a watching eyes on one or a couple of these webinars, because it is so good when we see persons up and running in the webinar. It's very encouraging. Thank you all very much. Really appreciate it. And we do hope that we see you again. And if not, we hope the next time we see you is in person. Who to tell? Right? Who to tell? And so thank you all very much for making it Deep Dive Thursday. Tuesday, sorry. Deep Dive Tuesday. Thank you very much. And we meet again Thursday, 8 p.m. So, without any further ado, we are going to now turn things over to Queen Dr. Nadu. Without any further ado, so that we can have the after party. And so, yes, that because my great grandmother Dingy would always say, work and no play make us dull boy or girl. So we don't want to be dull. So therefore, we thank you all very much for making it Deep Dive, and you do have yourself a wonderful evening, especially those that are on the varied webinar social media platform. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it, and hope to see you along on Thursday. Thanks very much.